Hello, how's it going? I think this is the second devlog where I talk about this, what is it? New campaign, Olokun Dive.
There are missions below to the left to the right.
And it's been a while. I haven't done any videos recently. I haven't talked about, I don't even remember what I said about this last time, but I have a bunch of the parts in. Nothing's done yet, but I just wanted to talk about where I'm at with this. I have a big list of things to talk about. I'll just go over quickly what this is. It's like a roguelike type of campaign. And it's right now we're looking at this randomized grid of missions, and every time you die, like the whole thing regenerates, but you unlock a bunch of stuff, you earn credits along the way so you can progress. So there's a whole bunch of issues, things to do. One of the things is that I want objects on the grid to be audible somehow. Right now, like this mission right here has some kind of item unlocked because there's a question mark drawing on it, but there's no narration or anything. And the thing is, like for instance, there's another one, a couple missions to the right of this one, but like there's just no audible way to know that that's there. And so I could, like, I can see it's over there, maybe I can complete missions in that direction to maybe find it. But anyway, I need to come up with a solution. It'll probably be like some kind of, maybe if these things make sound, that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm gonna mute that. Maybe that's how that will work. I'm not quite sure. And then there's other things I want to do, like right now on the grid you can't see like which missions lead to which other ones. I can see where they are, and I can see where like which ones have items and stuff, but I can't see the connections between them, like what's going to open up as I complete missions. And I'll talk about upgrades later, but that might be one of the upgrades you can get, is to be able to see like where the missions go, and then maybe even just lead you towards like your next goal. And I'll talk about that later too, like what the major goals are going to be. So in the expansion, there's, right now I've got 9 new tracks. I think I only promised like 6 or 7, I can't remember. I don't know, I want to add more. Right now I have 9. I've only added like early versions of, I think, beginner, easy, and medium. I haven't done any track layouts or anything like that. In order to get all that done, I need to finish, like, I want to make a bunch of new set pieces. It's supposed to be like a beach/underwater theme. There's going to be these water, graphical, and sound effects. I need to finish that stuff, and then some of these are going to be boss tracks, so I need to know like what the boss mechanics are going to be before I finish the tracks. But basically, like, finishing tracks is something I know how to do. I know how long it takes to do it, so that's why I'm not really focusing on finishing that stuff right now. My list of stuff it's probably in a strange order, but I'm just going to go in the order I wrote it. The next thing I want to talk about was crafting. Now I know that I want to be able to craft missions on the grid here, because each mission has a random track, it has a random mission type, and it has random modifiers. And so I was thinking it would be cool if there's a way that if a mission has a track that you don't want to play, or modifiers that you know you can't deal with or whatever, there should be a way to re-roll that stuff. So like this is a pace car race with exploding notes modifier. So maybe if I don't want to do that mission, I can change that modifier with something else, or maybe you can even like add an extra modifier using some kind of crafting item that will also increase, you know, the amount of rewards you get for it. So maybe if you go, oh, this is an easy mission, let me make it harder to get more rewards, or something like that. Let's see. And then also, what about items? It's silly that this is in here before items, but maybe items should be craftable as well. I'm trying to like limit the complexity. I want crafting, but I don't know how complicated it's going to be. So right now, I'll talk about items in a bit, but I do have some like semi-randomly generated items, and it would be neat. Right now, there's no way to upgrade items. You just get it, and there's no like upgrade levels. But maybe you can upgrade your items using some kind of crafting items that you find. Maybe. And I don't know what that's gonna look like. I have two different ideas. One is something like Path of Exile, which is a game that I really like. There's all different types of crafting items to do with like changing, like re-rolling, you know, the different mods on your items, changing item rarity and stuff. And maybe those types of items could be used on both your those types of crafting tools can be used on both your items and on the missions in the grid. That could be interesting. Or I just come up with some like generic crafting material and like, you know, doing something costs X amount, you know, and that's kind of boring. But I'm trying to think of something that will not really take a whole lot of, that I can do quickly. Because I don't have forever to do this. So, but I just want to do something, and I still don't know what. Something fun that's gonna really make the whole thing funner. Artwork and dialogue, how that's gonna work. I really want like each different type of mission to have. Didn't skip anything, did I? No. Each type of mission, like here I've got pace car race, data stability test, another pace car race, let me cheat and find more, deep sequence raid. There's all these different types of missions. I want each one to have its own dialogue. I kind of have a general idea about how this is gonna work, but you know, since it's all randomized, you meet all these in a random order, like, so each one is gonna be like a separate piece of the puzzle, basically. And then there's gonna be boss missions, and which you'll probably do more in order, and so that gives me a chance to do more of a story progression. So all these different things are going to have some story background. There's also artwork that needs to be done. For both these things, I think, well, definitely for artwork, I need to get with the artist still. But probably for dialogue, doing dialogue for me is really hard. Like it was, Jelly's Raceway only has a few missions, but it just took me forever to write that dialogue, and I don't know how good it is. So that's something I need help with. Let's see, next on my list is missions. I want to have way more different mission types, and of course that's going to add more dialogue and stuff. I want way more mission modifiers, and I would like some interesting, you know, unique types of missions, like some kind of like mini bosses, some like, you know, more rare encounters, just so that I just want, you know, this whole thing is all about random generation, so I want every time you come in, you just don't know what you're gonna get, you know. Let's see, mission grid progression, and grid upgrades. So this was something that I recently added, and you only get to upgrade. I haven't decided like which things you're good to upgrade while you're in here, navigating the grid versus something strange just happened with the preview music.
There are missions below to the left and right.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, that's cool. Sorry. There's two different previews playing at once, and that has never happened to me before. That can actually be dangerous. Alright. I'm gonna start a mission and just let it kill me, because the only time you'll get to see this menu is after you die, and so I'm just gonna let this mission kill me. And then when we come back,
Results. Mission failed. Mission objectives. Finish within 1 minute 29 seconds. Mission selection.
we'll get to this menu. This is all really early ugly graphics, but there's these 5 slots
Slot 5.
where
None button.
you can
Slot 4.
install
None button. Press enter
upgrades.
to activate. Slot 3. None button. Press enter to activate.
And in each slot, I'll hit enter.
Vertical menu with 3
And
items.
so
Selected more difficulty button.
these are
Press enter to
items that
activate.
you'll find on the grid. Like this one is a more difficulty item. It increases the difficulty and the rewards. It doesn't tell you, there's no description of what it does right now, but you can equip and unequip these at will, and of course I'll have a bunch of different ones.
Exit button. Press
And
enter to
you'll only
activate.
be able to do this when you die and the grid is restarted. So I'm gonna exit that, and the grid gets totally restarted.
Start behind race at 10-1. Plot binding filter at 11. Start behind
And now
race at
since
10-1.
I installed 3 of those, the difficulty of all the missions is gonna be harder, but I'm also gonna get more rewards. Okay. What is there interesting to talk about that? Obviously, the user interface is not done, both for unlocking them and also customizing them. I want to have a whole bunch of different ones. Like for the increased difficulty one, probably there will be like 4 different tiers of them, and I want to have like for all items have like a rarity. So like in order to find the more rare and powerful things, you have to like increase or basically like progress further to get, you know, find more rare items. So you'll find, you know, progressively more powerful upgrades. And that, like I said, there could be an upgrade that allows you to like see the links between the missions before you have completed them, and maybe even the fact that you can see where the items are. Maybe that's something that you'll upgrade, install as an upgrade. I don't know. So those are items that basically they change how you interact with the grid and increase the overall difficulty, but also the amount of rewards you get. So mission grid crafting, did I talk about this already? Yeah, I think I did, but it'll allow you to like if there's a mission that you think is going to be too hard, you can make it easier, or if there's a mission that's you know is going to be easy, you can make it more difficult for more rewards or stuff like that. Let's see, buffs. Buffs was a thing that I added just to the last update. They're kind of rare, and there's only a few, and I don't really want to. I kind of want players to discover like what they are or what they do. And in fact, the ones that are in the current build, I don't like them, so I've changed all of them. But they're pretty powerful, and if you get one, it's like kind of a chance to probably go a bit deeper than you normally would be able to. But they're kind of rare and just random. Let's see. So items. I've already talked about some of this already, but as far as items, I need to finish making all the different item types. All of these ones, all the combinations of item and modifier, they don't make a lot of sense right now. I also want to add, just like with the upgrades, I want to add like an item rarity thing. So of course, more powerful items are more rare. Right now, there's absolutely no items for the passive slot, and just so you know, in this campaign, there's 3 different slots. There's a passive slot, defense slot, and a speed slot. They'll probably be called something better than that in the end, but right now there's no passives at all. I want to come up with a bunch of unique ones and not just reuse what I already have. And then I want to come up with lots of interesting new modifiers for these kind of randomly generated items, so that so that you can find different combinations in like that, they match the way that you want to play, or they match, you can set yourself up to do a certain type of mission or whatever. And then let's see, I want to add an item rarity system. I already said that. And also, since there's so many items now, there's going to be like hundreds, so it doesn't make sense to like keep all these every time you unlock one. So I think you should be able to sell them or like craft them into credits, or like into crafting, basically break them down. And on the same note, like, do you have a limited amount of inventory space, and how does that work if your inventory is full and you pick up a new item? Like, I kind of want to change the whole. Again, I need to decide on something that isn't going to be a ton of work, but I kind of want to change it up, because this item system is obviously a lot different from the default campaign. So there's decisions to be made still. Crafting, will you be able to craft? Probably. So one thing that I have not added yet, bonus objectives. I don't know if every mission is going to have one, but I just want to add some random ones. And I've been trying to think of some interesting ones. I mean, obviously, probably like miss fewer than X number of notes or things like that. Although that's not interesting. I'm trying to think of things that are not just like play the game well and you get a bonus, And then what are the rewards? Is it like bonus credits or items or like crafting materials or whatever. I don't know. Probably any one of those. And then the water mechanics, there's like this water thing. Let me find one of those missions. I don't like how this works at all right now. I'll play this deep sequence delivery. Right now, you have like an air level, but right now it's tied directly to your power meter. And so when you have low power, you just take damage. And I guess I'll just demonstrate.
Objectives. Finish within 2 minutes 01 seconds. Maintain air levels by keeping some boost power. Modifier. No hyperdrift.
So it's basically like this mission has this underwater mechanic throughout it. And I start with full power in these, which is, if I use all my power, the music muffles and I take damage, so I have to gain power back. I don't like how this works. And it doesn't work for a lot of people. Oh, I can't hyper. It's kind of problematic. But I was kind of thinking about... I actually don't even like that it's certain missions that have the water mechanic. What I was thinking is that maybe, instead of that, maybe like the deeper you go into the mission grid, maybe more, like there's just more water, or the more water effects, and maybe it affects every mission, kind of. But instead of this system, I was thinking that instead of just taking damage when you have a low, quote, air level, maybe what happens is that it adds some kind of penalty to, like, if you miss a note, maybe it does some like damage over time for a while or something. I want it to feel different. I like the music muffling when you don't have air. Maybe there will be a separate air meter. There's already a health meter and a boost meter, and most players have problems paying attention to any of those, so I don't like adding a third meter doesn't. I don't know if I want to do that. And what is the air meter going to be based off of? Is it just going to be based off boost like it is now? Will there be items where that give you like resistance to, you know, losing air and stuff? I don't know, but I kind of want it to be something that increases the difficulty as you go deeper down into missions.
Mission selection. Grid missions. Ultra difficulty.
But I only have questions, no answers yet about that. I want there to be something, but I don't know what. And then the last thing I want to talk about is bosses. There's going to be a number of different boss fight missions, so I'll use the new tracks. And then this will be tied to the progression system. So right now, I can allocate 5 stat points into each of the stats.
Increases your health pool. Use this for dangerous environments.
But
stat points available to spend. Press left and right to
I think I want to tie this instead to like completing, like maybe we'll start with 2. I think like the default campaign, you start with 2, and then after you beat every boss track or mission, you gain another rig class, and that adds another slot for stat points. So yeah, I'll probably just keep it the same way. Each time you beat a boss, you'll basically increase your rig power. And that's the last thing on my list. I hopefully this is a good indication of where I'm at and how much work there is left to do. It's so hard to say like how long this will take to finish. I don't even know how long I've been working on it, but the playtesters have been doing a good job giving me feedback, so I appreciate that. And I'm uploading test builds for them every week or so ish. Yeah, I think that's it. I just wanted to keep this video on the new campaign, and so, well,
main menu.
I guess I could show some of the new. Oh, I don't have song previews for any of these. Well, that sucks. One of them's hidden right now because it's secret. Yeah, but right now there's 8 new tracks. 3 AM by 2D Cat. Bloom, which is one of mine. Extinction, which is by Sun Hyauza.
Rated 0.
Orbit is
Planar
mine.
surfaces.
Planar
Rated 0.
surfaces. This is Young Jaguar. I don't have all the metadata in here. Tropical
Rated 0.
Storm. By Sunnyhausa.
What would you do?
What would you
Rated
do?
0.
By 2D Cat and then walk it up a notch by
Rated 0.
Calabi and Remulac. And this is why I had to add that multiple website link
Open
thing.
press. H, copy URL. Open
Just
H,
so I
copy,
can link
copy,
to
cancel
both
button.
their
Press enter to activate.
sites. Anyway, so that's it. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go. That's all I had to really talk about. So, bye.